Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm DIY Deborah. I recently made a couple of recipes of these delicious gluten-free, dairy-free chocolate glazed donuts. I made them for my son-in-law for his birthday, so I thought, let me share this recipe with the rest of you for you to enjoy as well. We're going to start by adding 1 cup of gluten-free flour. Here I'm using Bob's Red Mill all-purpose flour. Then you add 1/4 cup of melted coconut oil to keep it dairy-free, or melted butter. Then you add 1/4 cup of sugar and 1/4 cup of Hershey's cocoa. Now this donut recipe is not overly sweet, so if you want it a little bit sweeter, by all means add an extra 1/2 cup of sugar. We're then going to add a room temperature egg and a teaspoon of baking powder. We're then going to mix and combine thoroughly. Also adding 1/2 cup of your favorite plant-based milk. Then we're going to combine and mix everything thoroughly and then get our baking pan ready. If you enjoy this type of content, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload new videos. So you can also add 1 teaspoon of vanilla and a pinch of salt. Once your mixture is combined really well, we're then going to be putting it in the donut pan. We're going to lightly grease and flour your donut pan. I greased the donut pan with coconut oil and then lightly dusted it with some gluten-free flour. We're then going to be taking our donut batter and filling the donut pan 2/3 full for each crevasse. Once you've filled each crevasse 2/3 full, we're going to bake in the oven at 350 degrees for approximately 10 to 12 minutes, depending on how hot your oven is. I would set your oven for 10 minutes, and at that point, take a toothpick and check to see that it comes out clean. If not, put in for another 2 minutes. This is what they should look like when they're completely baked. Okay, for this recipe, I made a chocolate glaze rather than a buttercream icing. For the chocolate glaze, I used butter or coconut oil to keep it dairy-free, Hershey's cocoa, vanilla, and sugar. You combine all of this well until the sugar is dissolved over medium heat, and then you will let it come to a rolling boil for approximately 10 minutes. Once you take the chocolate glaze off the heat, it will start to thicken up really nicely as it cools. And then you will take your donuts and dip them in the chocolate glaze one by one. I dip them in and out a couple of times so that there's a couple layers of chocolate glaze on the donuts. Then you will add any sprinkles that you want to add to the donuts right away before the glaze cools, because once the glaze cools, it'll be too hardened for your chocolate sprinkles to adhere. This recipe yields approximately 6 to 8 donuts. It's super simple, super easy to make, and very, very delicious, and gluten and dairy-free. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified whenever I upload new videos. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye.